Okay, we are recording and we are live.
Come on, come on, Hayes FM.
Hayes FM.
This is Hayes FM coming to you from Castlekennel. Come on to you, it's all lovely day here today. I hope wherever you're listening from, it's a lovely day there too. How are you, Jason?
I'm well, Glen, and because we're now live on YouTube, people could be watching from literally anywhere in the world.
Yeah. So for that kind of reason that Jason just said, so welcome to YouTube, and on that any other guests that we have never had before, you are more than welcome to tune in every Tuesday.
Very good, and so yeah, this is the first live international Hayes FM. We've had a Harmony FM already.
Yeah.
So it'll be the same thing. Won't be
well,
anything too strange.
I like the idea of this better going on straight to YouTube. It's confused me the other way.
Technically, it's a bit easier. So we're hoping as time goes on, people will be able to make their own videos more frequently and different types of videos and all of that. So
hopefully people can get the hang of it, because it's only a matter of pressing start, I think, in record.
Exactly.
So
Glen, catch us up. We haven't seen you in
no, I was away
a few weeks.
My holiday box. I was away in Spain for a week.
What part of Spain were you in?
Right, I had a fantastic time.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was, and the weather was fantastic. We did have the odd shower, one or two showers, but it cleared up in a matter of minutes. And what we had before we came home, a blackout. We had a blackout, which affected mainland Spain totally more than us in Lanzarote. All it happened to us in Lanzarote was the Wi-Fi was gone, so we had to live without that until about 8 or 9 o'clock. And everyone else was in pitch darkness. There was a couple of people from this centre that we were in today went to and they were in total darkness. One friend of mine got caught up on the top floor in the bar, and she couldn't get down in the lift at all. She had to wait there until the battery generator kicked in.
Okay.
The lift, which was the pain in the backside, but she was what best way to be in the sun on the top floor.
Well, indeed. I hope it wasn't too scary for them.
No, I'm sure it wasn't.
Okay, so in terms of like, how long were you in Lanzarote for?
I was in month.
A month?
Yeah.
That's right, you were there for a whole month.
Yeah.
How do you pass the time when you're...
I was, to be honest, I regularly go to Charlie and Chocolate Factory book, and we were out a lot, so I only got to do that a couple times at night, all during the day. But we were mainly out during the day, having a thing or something like that, a bit of lunch, and we walk up to the apartment and have a sleep, because you can't be out all day, every day, having drinks or anything, because you can't be burning yourself out like that. So especially in this heat.
Do people have siestas?
They do. It's 3 o'clock siestas. All the shops close down.
So were you going to sleep at around that time every day?
Yeah, I was going to sleep about 4 o'clock. I was a bit later. We stayed out in the front, out in the patio area. Every apartment there has a little patio area. And it's like a sun trap to all.
Wow. So what's it like coming home after that then? Are you going to be kind of needing a nap at around 3 or 4 o'clock today?
Well, to be honest, Jason, I think I need one now.
Okay, that makes for great radio.
Start.
That makes for a great live show. Yeah, high energy show.
Yeah, bad start. But I'm going to try and break the cycle of going to bed at 3 o'clock. Because I don't like the idea of that sometimes. If the heat's there, well, that's there. But as I said, you can't burn your candle at both ends. Something has to give.
But then maybe siestas will catch on over here, and we'll all be going for naps at 3 or 4.
Probably catch on over here. Do you know an old a fact that I never knew? That the kids over in Spain go, their school day ends at 12 o'clock over here.
Completely?
Yeah, because it's so hot. It gets so hot before about 3 o'clock in the day. It gets the school day ends. So that means the school day starts early in the day, early in the morning when it's cooler.
That makes a lot of sense.
You might be able to check up that fact. I might be a bit wrong with the fact, but I did hear it somewhere along the lines. Well, so I mightn't be too wrong about it.
Well, I do know that in Australia, if the weather goes over, if the temperature goes over 50 degrees, school is cancelled. But if it's anything under 50 degrees, the kids have to go to school.
That's terrible for some kids. As they'd be put a fight on their hands with their parents saying, I don't want to.
Well, what I'm seeing here is it's the school day in most primary schools in Spain is from 9 o'clock to 12 and then 3 o'clock to 5.
Well, it wasn't too far back. So information.
So they have 3 hours off in the middle of the day. But then I don't know if they go home for that or do they stay in school or,
Well, I suppose if they have a long way to travel, they wouldn't. I suppose they just stay in the yard out with no teacher, because who wants to be beside the teacher when
if it's siesta, maybe they have to go and rest or sleep or something like that.
Maybe it's like kindergarten copter film. they all getting kids when they was young. They went for siesta now. They were 9 or 10 year olds, but it's the same.
I know it was kindergarten. Kindergarten is 4 and 5. It's like preschool.
But same principle might have been tiring for them to go through a day.
For sure.
You know.
Okay, so are you glad to be back? No,
I'm glad to be back because, as I said to two members of staff here, that it's the first time I flew into Shannon Airport and the sun was splitting the rocks there. And apparently it's been like this for a while, I was told.
Yeah, a week or two. And what will be typical is that when we get our time off in July and August, it will probably be pouring rain by then.
Don't mention the O word, Jason, because it might happen.
I mean, it's happened the last few years, that's for sure. But anyway, okay.
Well, hopefully not this time. Hopefully this might be our summer. We get out.
Make the most of it, yeah.
Yeah, make the most of it, because why would you want to be in? The only thing I would say about Landside is you don't want to be overgiven. It's really hot. I was over there 1 year and it's about 59 degrees.
Whoa.
Me and my parents couldn't even go out walking. It was so hot.
Yeah.
Because we have this little hill where we stay, and it kills you to walk up it at night. Walk down it during the day is fine. But there's a worse hill on the other side. It's called Cardiac Hill.
Cardiac Hill.
Yeah, and that gives you it will give you a heart attack.
Sounds like fun.
Yes.
And are the nights still cold when it's that hot during the day, or does the night stay warm?
The nights are chilly, and the beginning of the morning is chilly too.
Okay.
But then now I'm saying that I do listen to a guy called Mr. Trablon, and he does reports the regular, and he says you don't need coat in the day in the morning, early in the morning now anymore, because it's temperatures will rise a bit.
Yeah.
So before that you need to coat in the morning, but you still need a coat at night. It can be still cool at night. And they get a thing called the Kalima over there,
What's that?
where it's a big thick fog, like as I said, like in the description, like a fog that you would think that it's going to be a bad day or something like that, but it's not actually for heat. And
Okay.
you can barely breathe. You see all the locals wearing the masks because apparently they're bad for their breathing. They can hardly breathe in it.
Okay.
It's kind of like when people had the COVID.
Yeah. So between that and the floods and the power cuts, it can get a bit hairy over there.
You can be, but still,
And the heat.
yeah, it's a lovely place to be. I like it so much that the reason I like it is because it's so on the flat and you can walk, and I meet loads of people that I know from there, and I go into some bars and they all know me because I get up and I'm brave enough to do karaoke and everything. It's great crack.
So what's your karaoke standard?
My new one now is, which everyone loved when I done it. I can't help falling in love with you.
Okay. The Elvis Presley song.
Elvis, yeah, and like then I get everyone up and defeated thing like Alice.
Oh yeah, living next door to Alice.
Yeah, but the censored version.
I was going to say you know that's not what everyone else is singing. I bet though.
They are joining. I go like that.
Yeah, there you go.
They join in. It's brilliant crack.
Great.
If I could live over there, I think I would.
Really?
Yeah.
And how's your Spanish?
My Spanish is non-existent.
Okay.
All I know is coffee con leche por favor and tea with milk and gracias, and that's it, I think.
Okay, so you'd have to pick up a bit more if you're going to live there, but
it won't happen. That's only a dream.
Okay. There we go. Okay. So
because if I left here, I think in a while you would get kind of sick of it, and you won't be able to go out so much sober because you'd be living day to day, and you'd be having to realise when you're necking of it and say you're not on holiday anymore. You live here, so you can't go out every night a week over there.
It's true.
You know.
So some holiday. There's actually a song about that. It's called 2 Weeks in Spain.
All right.
I won't go into. Maybe I'll play it one day if we can get the rights to it. But it's all about that. It's about how English people going on holidays to kind of get away from it all, but you couldn't stay any longer than that, you know.
Because it's people that I know over there that they have a business and they still have to come home and be so often to London for a while since the Brexit. You know.
Okay. So you mentioned, we usually do some pop culture recommendations. You mentioned you were reading Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
My father and mother bought me a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I'm up to page 108, and I'm really flat, kind of ensconced myself because I was I was on page 29 when I was leaving Ireland. Do you know?
Wow.
Yeah, and it's especially like which I'm sure everyone's seen the film with Jim Morgan and the other Umpa Lumpers and everything.
Yeah.
That is based on that.
The movie is based on the book.
Sorry, the movie is based on the book, and it is good though. I'm finding out one or two different things that's in the book that's different to what was in the film.
Yeah. That's true. The ending is very different, but you haven't gotten to that yet,
No,
so I won't spoil it for you.
No.
Okay.
I'm at the stage, the book where, Jason, I won't say more after this about the book, but the only stage I'm at now is where Frank one of the people that's fisting the chocolate factory blows up, you know, when she swallows the chink of it, a lot of dimmers, like,
Yes,
you know,
Veruca Salt was her
Veruca
name.
Salt, yeah. It's brilliant though.
Very good. And okay, so you can let us know. You can give us a full review when you've finished it.
Yeah.
Do you like? Have you read any other Roald Dahl books?
No, that actually. Sorry, I shouldn't say no straight away. I think maybe I'm wrong. That book I told you, the guest might be from. Oh no, that's different.
Don't
No.
think so. I don't
But
think so.
I think right, we like I told Jason. This centre got me today. They bought me a book for Christmas, and I'm in the middle of that too. I think it's something about the war, and I like it too. It's about guns and stuff like that, and it's really good. I really like that as well. I can't remember the name, unfortunately.
So not necessarily child friendly.
No.
Like Roald Dahl is.
No, if you're not at a certain age and you're screaming stuff, blood and stuff, don't. I warn you, don't.
There we go. Okay.
You'll be up all night.
Is
don't want that.
Is it one of those quick read books?
No, it's not a quick read book.
Okay. And so while you were away, did you have any chance to watch TV or any movies, or was that all kind of?
No, the TV saw was in Spanish. It's a thing I do because, as you know, Jason, I'm a big snooker fanatic, and I only see one thing, the snooker when I was older, because they brought them every day to week. That is kind of typical.
Right, so you didn't get to watch the snooker till you came home.
But when I did come home, I was very surprised that a Chinese lad was taught in it, and he was up against another lad called Mark J. Williams, and he was in his 50s, and he surprised everyone. He got to the final with this young fella, but the young fella, he just wanted it so badly, he got it. It was the first win for China.
That's amazing. That's a real landmark.
And maybe one day I might get there to see it for myself in Ali Pali or in the Crucible, because I was at Goffs before.
Okay, so it's but you haven't been to Ali Pali or the Crucible.
No. That'd be a dream of mine. I would actually have to pinch myself to see what I dreaming of was this real, but I can only dream about it.
I think that's quite achievable.
Yeah, apparently the tickets sold to me they come on sale. They're like gold dust.
Right. Oh, I see. So it's not so much about getting there.
No.
It's just about getting your hands on an actual ticket.
And then you have to get accommodation, which that might be another struggle. Because the guy who was playing the Chinese lad, he had priority because being a snooker player, but actually he had problem getting accommodation for his wife and his kids, because I don't think when you're on a snooker tour like that, your wife and your partner, your kids can come with you. You can only book him for one person in the Ali Valley. He had to find his own accommodation. Really, because as you know, if you're married and you're in the work final, your kids and your wife wants to be with you, because it's a good big achievement.
Of course.
Especially when he was coming up to his 50 now, and he's still going strong, and he's back up to number 3 in the world snooker now, which is great. So hopefully he'll keep going for a bit longer. He said in the interview his eyes are letting him down because he can't see the ball behind the snooker tabletop, but when it gets down to playing stats, it's no problem.
Okay, it's a good thing the balls are brightly coloured, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, maybe that helps.
That helps, yeah. It's good.
Okay.
That helps. I like this whole new setup about YouTube.
Yeah, I'm watching us from my other device here, so everything's working fine. I'm delighted.
Yeah. And the other thing is why I like it is because you don't have to fumble with another piece of equipment
Yeah.
on the computer.
Yeah, there's a whole workflow thing that is far easier now.
Yeah. I did say before we came on, I recommended a film.
Okay, great.
That my father recommended it to me. What I'm going to watch tonight. Last Mohicans.
Okay, so you're watching it tonight.
Yeah, then they lose.
Yeah.
So I don't know what year it is, but another one I did watch, and I'm going to say it too. I watched it totally from start to finish, and I loved it. Harrison Ford's in it, Yellowstone.
Yeah. So
I recommend anyone to watch that.
Well, the Yellowstone series is interesting because have you seen all the other spin-off shows from it?
Yeah.
So there's shows that go back to
1952 or something.
There's 18 something and there's 1922. Yeah. So the Kevin Costner characters, grandparents and great grandparents and stuff like that. Oh yeah, because you mentioned Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
So that is the old one.
The only reason I liked him and I stuck with it so long is because as Jason was saying, I'm a big Star Wars fanatic, and I loved the way he was in Star Wars. So I was like, look, I'm going to give this a go. So I finished it Wednesday night and I come home from holidays.
Great.
Because the season 2 is only up then, unfortunately. I seen season 1 and I seen season 2. Sorry, season 3 I meant. Season 3 wasn't up when I was leaving Ireland, so I had to watch it when I come home. And plus, watching it, having someone to watch it is great.
Yeah, for sure. Now, sorry, I'm having a technical issue here. So if you can carry on talking about, or do you want to start your next topic actually? Because I'm looking at the time. They're not seeing us on Teams. So I have to.
The next topic I was going to say is when I was over on holiday, I did go on camels, and my first.
So we were calling this topic holiday adventures.
Holiday adventures, yes. Holiday adventures. First adventure I had was on camels, and it was great crack. I got it. But if you like camels, do it. If you don't, I won't recommend going here. But the only bit of advice I give you is do not wear perfume if you're a woman, or aftershave if you're a man, because the camels lick you to death if they smell that, and their tongue's like sandpaper. So do not do that, or you come home and you'll be wondering, what the hell is going on with my arm?
Okay, well they're just being friendly, aren't they?
They're just being friendly. They're just like dogs. That's why dogs bark, because they want to say hello and you're in their territory. They're like camels, too. And the fact that I like about what I liked about camels when I heard about it, and how true it is, I don't know, that can keep water in their humps.
I don't think it's water, but it's fat. But they can survive on that fat for a very long time, and there's water in the fat. Do you know what? I was being a bit lectury there, because the fat does have water in it. So you're right. You're technically you're right. I shouldn't have pulled you up on that.
One for me, so.
There we go. But yeah, I've been on a camel myself once.
Yeah, and going off the top of the camel, still staying on the holiday theme. I went down on the submarine as well, and I really loved that. You know, if I'm on the spin submarines, I would recommend it. But then again, in saying that, I have to give a warning if people don't like being claustrophobic, don't do it. Because first time I went down in submarine with my mother, we were down and there was these helpers there helping people onto the submarine. Said, now if anyone doesn't want to go down under the water, speak now. And everyone nodded there, shook their head and said, we're fine. So the submarine was just submerged in the water, was just coming over the top of the leg of the submarine. Someone said, let me out. And they can't come up fast at all. They have to come up slowly. It's like divers when they dive down, they can't come up quick. They have to come up slowly. So you have to be really, really sure that you want to go down on this excursion before you do it, because if you're afraid of water, don't go near it, I would say.
Yeah. So how far did the submarine go down then?
It went down to the bottom of the ocean.
How far was that?
Oh, to be honest, Jason, I don't really know. About 20 feet down, I would say. And there were fishes all around. Because there was people down there, part of the submarine experience, feeding fishes with a break, and they were coming around, seeing it, and I did see a stingray or something like that once at one of them, and I saw a load of other fish. It was pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Cool. Isn't that what one of the big fencer guys get hit with? Stingray.
Steve Irwin, yeah, that was very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate to happen. But they're good creatures. They look really cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've never had the chance. I mean, I've always wanted to go scuba diving. Never had the chance to do that.
And the big achievement for my mother, which my mother thought she'd never do it for one for big special birthdays. She went scuba diving. I really enjoy watching her do that, scuba diving. And my father tried to carry over one of the canisters to get to the bottom, to the edge of the water tour, in where we were doing it, and by God, you can't do it because they're so heavy. You have to have two on your back at all time, because if one runs out of oxygen, you're screwed.
You need the backup, yeah.
You need the backup. Brilliant though, a great achievement for her.
Great, fair play.
And I would recommend anyone to do it if they want to do it. If they have something on, I recommend anyone try something. If you have something on your bucket list, try it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for something like that next time I'm in Spain.
And they have another thing there at it now that you can do. You can rent go-karts and drive to the deserts. Are
these go-karts, or are they like off-road vehicles? Oh, okay, because when you said go-karts to me earlier, I was thinking like the things kids go around in.
No.
But we're talking off-road, kind of four-wheel drive.
Yeah. Do you remember like I don't know whether you got into it when you were a kid, when you had the G.I. Joe cards and to have a land buggies, kind of like that.
Are they called dune buggies?
Dune buggies, that's the one. Okay. That's the one. I can't bring the word. I'm glad you did, Jason. Thanks.
It took me a while. I was saying something else as well. So you know, this is high adrenaline stuff. Submarines, camels.
Yeah.
You know, dune buggies. You like to do exciting activities when you're on holidays.
And like the next thing I will do if I don't think I'd be brave enough, but I want to go up in the balloon.
Wow. So you've mastered the sea, you've mastered the desert, you've mastered the land.
It's two.
And
It's
now
another one after that I want to do as well. I want to try jump out of a plane and do tandem.
That's yeah. I know people who've done that. That's
my late friend Joe from my centre that I was in before I came here. He done it and I loved it.
Yeah.
Watching him do it.
Yeah. You can a lot of people do it for charity, so it's an expensive thing to do, but you can get people to sponsor you, and that's another thing I'd love to do too. Maybe we'll both jump out of a plane and film it.
Yeah,
we'll live stream it.
That'd be good. I liked the background music when my friend done it from Bruce Lee. They put in the background of his one, take a parachute and jump.
The something happens song. Yeah,
something happens song.
Very good.
And talk about music and all. David Gray was in Limerick over the weekend.
I didn't know that. Are you a fan?
Yeah, I like the song Babylon.
Yeah, that was his big hit. Yeah.
And some other, I think I might be wrong in pronouncing it, but I think the Kroners or someone was in town as well, and sung that yesterday, and sung that to close to Riverfest. And for whoever doesn't know Riverfest, that's join us on YouTube for the first time. Riverfest is a thing that all the hot dog stands come from London to sell various things, not just hot dogs, to have a cook-off on. There's various stalls that you can pick up wallets, handbags and jewelleries and stuff like that.
It's kind of a cultural festival in Limerick.
Festival. And this ice cream stalls for kids and everything. They really enjoy it. And if it's a lovely day like this, it's well worth getting out. And it's a big Ferris wheel and everything's great crack.
And there's a lot of concerts on in the evening.
Yeah. And as I said, David Gray was a great concert. I would like to go to see him. The first time I seen David Gray was in a place called UL Limerick here. For anyone gets on YouTube again, just join us for the first time. That's the place that hosts various artists that may want to come to this sort of lovely city of ours.
Yeah.
Island, I should say.
Indeed. Riverfest is a great
Riverfest.
event.
They put a lot into it, don't they?
That's true, yeah. Very good. Okay. Wow, we covered a lot of ground there, Glen.
Yeah. Well, I was wound up and I got a lot in.
You did.
Sorry.
No, nothing. It was a compliment. Do you want to see if we have a guest, maybe?
We may have a guest today.
I'm going to step out and.
We may have a person that.
Well, let's not spoil it.
No, I'm
let's
not
see who we get.
It, but I'm just saying. Going to say one of the people who was intriguing me one day before I left to think they were reading the book, and I would wonder if they got any further and they wanted to, I think they wanted to make it into short stories, so I really hope they did. So maybe that's not the guest that's coming in today, but we'll soon see. So I really hope the guest goes camper. But hopefully this record's going to stay with us for this week, and even into more than this week for a couple of days, I hope, because it'll be lovely, because it's no fun if it's miserable outside. No one's in a good humour. People are in a good, better humour. They feel happier when they get out of bed if they see a bit of sun. And they can get out, water flowers, cut grass and everything like that, jobs that needs to be done around the place outside, which it's good. This whole YouTube thing's a big surprise for me, because I never knew that you could go straight from one thing to another. So it's kind of real surprise for me, and it's working out good. I like it, as I said, it's less complicated for me, and less complicated for others too, because as you know, if you don't know, as I say, people that have problems reading and stuff like that, they won't be able to read stuff, mess around with other stuff to get ready for a live show. So this is really simple. It's just one button, that's it, start and stop. So who would be able for that? I think we might have a guest coming through now, I hope.
Yeah, our guest has arrived.
As I was saying, like a while ago before Jason popped out for a guest, this particular guest was doing wonderful things when I last heard about her for on holiday. So hopefully she's done further more things and got a bit further. So as you can see in the picture, it's a lady guest. Her name is Joanne. How are you, Joanne?
I'm really well now, you?
That's right, thank you. So, the last time I was speaking to you, you might have heard you were doing a lot of research on the book, and have you gotten further on that book or what?
I have actually. At the moment, I have 25 chapters.
Lovely.
And I went more into detail about the history of the shipping companies. There is two companies that I know now. There is...
Can I jump in a little bit there, because we are streaming to YouTube live for the first time.
Yeah.
So people who are watching may not have seen your earlier appearances. So you might go back.
I was just going to say, can I go back there?
Yeah, so just a general overview of what your project is, and then what your recent...
Oh, sorry.
No.
Okay, we'll start that interview again. Wipe clean.
Okay, 1, 2, go. I forgot, Tree.
Well, then you might say, so it was a book you were working on a project about...
The Titanic. I have been working on it for quite a while. I've done a bit of changing around actually on different things, taking things out and putting things in. At present there is 25 chapters.
Really?
And it's basically, there's enough now. I have 25 for the first one, and I'm actually going to write a second one then on the people of the Titanic, and I'm going to name it Voices of the Titanic.
What, sorry? Voices?
The voices of the Titanic.
Cool.
It's the people who were on the Titanic, or people who had any input in the Titanic. So, for example, the first 3 chapters are to do with the shipping companies. The first one is...
Avon and Hobbs, isn't it?
Sorry?
Avon and Hobbs, isn't it? Isn't that one of them? Shipping companies.
Yes.
I do apologise.
No, you're fine. Basically, the first company that I have researched is called the Cunard Line, and they were actually the competition of the White Star Line. And actually, the reason it's called the Cunard Line is because it was founded by a man called Samuel Cunard.
Cool.
And it has a very rich history, dating back to 1839. From 1839 to the present day, and it initially focused on delivering mail across the Atlantic. but then later it evolved into a massive passenger transport and luxury cruise operator.
Oh, cool. Okay. That's nice.
Mm.
That's some deep research there.
Yeah, you went deep into that.
They did.
So you're enjoying it?
I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, my brain was actually a little more active than it was last time.
Yeah.
Even
good.
though today is my first day back after a holiday.
Yeah, and your work, apparently, I hear you enjoy the holidays a lot.
I absolutely do. Yeah, they really help to relax me, and apart from the little hiccup.
Yeah, you had a hiccup like me, didn't you?
We did. We
Yeah.
had a couple of hiccups. We had a massive power outage, which to make things worse on that day was that we were on the fourth floor, and when we came back from our outing, we had to climb 3 flights of stairs just to get to the fourth floor. But then, to make matters even worse on that holiday, coming back, we were just coming into land in Shannon Airport when a van decided to ram the security gate
Yeah.
and temporarily close down the airport.
Oh wow.
I think it was those pro-Palestinian protesters.
That was the day before, wasn't it? I think.
That was the day I came home.
The day you came home. Oh.
Yeah, that was on Thursday.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I was supposed to get in at, I think it was about 6:30 in the evening, but I didn't get in until 9:30.
Okay.
So I had a hiccup of my own too, because Snow reached out to meet me in the Shannon Airport, and I come home. Oh.
That really adds to the stress of travelling, doesn't
Absolutely, yeah, especially when you're tired
it? Yeah.
and you, but you just want to
Get home.
get home and get settled for the evening.
Yeah. Well, at least the power cut happened during the day.
Yeah.
It did, but there was times there that we thought that we wouldn't be able to go home because they weren't sure when the power would actually come back, and for therefore all the flights were cancelled because the airports couldn't, because it was all of Spain, it was all of France, Italy, Germany.
Really?
Yeah. And someone sent me a picture of them kindly having a cocktail up on the roof of the hotel, and they had to stay up there from 11 o'clock until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh dear.
They weren't drinking cocktails for the entire time.
No, they weren't.
Okay. I have a question that might seem a little unusual.
Sure.
Is there anything about that experience of being stuck on that floor during the power cut that would help you write in your characters for the Titanic story?
It's an interesting question. Probably would, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a very catastrophic situation to be in.
No,
But you might have been a little bit worried.
I was actually.
And
I
maybe
was.
there was a character on the Titanic who felt the same way.
Yeah.
Because there is, as Jason put it, a story in that if you look into more depth,
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's probably where most of the films ideas come from.
Did you know that I think it was the museum in Cork? You went there?
Oh, you have to tell us about that.
It was
So
magnificent.
again, describe the place you went to.
Okay, well, it's in Cove, which obviously is in Cork. It's a museum on the Titanic, and it's all made up that when you go in, it's like you're on the ship.
Oh, it's like a replica.
Exactly, yeah.
Very nice.
And if I may describe the layout to you, when you open, there's 2 big double doors, and above it says Titanic. And when you open the doors, you go in and you're in with what was the original ticket of us. Then the officer comes on and he will explain to you, he will explain to you where you're going, how many people are on the ship, and how long it will take. So therefore, after that you board your ship, and the first train that you end up on, or that you come to, is what they call Cork Harbour. It's the same harbour that the original passengers would have boarded, would have taken to board the ship, you know. And then you go in and you're in like a little dining room. You have, if you remember the film, there was very long seats and Jack pulled one. They were in there and I was sitting on the very one. Then you go into a little room and there's like a little cabin, you know, them dorms, the rooms, with the bed and the lamp, and then the officer comes on and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm, but we have hit an iceberg."
Oh, wow.
And that's when, of course, we all start to panic. Just like you would on the ship, you
I
know.
can't understand why people say that. Don't panic.
We started to panic, yeah. We played along and started to panic. So anyway, then we came out and we were in a room with a cinema screen on it, on the wall, and the picture of the Titanic came up. So it was just like you were there. You could hear the screams, you could hear the panic, you could hear an eyewitness account. And if you remember in the film, the lights, the electricity, should we say, went on the ship. You know, when she had the blackout. When the lights went, the lights above us in the room went. To give us the feeling of what it was like.
Brilliant.
And I actually jumped a mile. And you could actually hear the screaming and the shouting and the panicking, and everyone they were in the lifeboats, and the next thing all you could hear a guy saying was, "You'll be alright, you'll be alright, sir, I promise you, you'll be alright." And I was thinking, how can you say that? You're in the middle of a sinking ship. How can you say that you're going to be alright?
Yeah, that's true.
No, I didn't say it now, but I was thinking it.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking, how can you say that? You can't say that right now. Do you know?
That's very good.
But the
That's
whole
brilliant,
thing
yeah.
was fantastic.
I think you should write a bit of that, Joanne.
Do you think so?
It's fantastic the way you described that.
Right, okay, so.
Crack on with that, 'cause
But I will
enjoy
tell
reading
you
that.
that I went into the gift shop. There's like a little gift shop with Titanic themed merchandise, and I bought a necklace.
Oh, right, the rose was
Okay.
that rose is supposed to have Havana,
Yeah.
Yes, I
Cool.
bought. Now it's a replica,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
obviously I'm not going down to the Atlantic Ocean to get the real thing.
No.
Which was made up for a movie anyway.
It was.
Yes.
But let me tell you a bit of interesting information that I found out at the museum.
Yeah.
Is the replica of the ship they made for the film.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that every part of that ship was made up using black and white photos from the museum?
All right.
That's
Cool.
amazing. That's a huge job. That's the whole. I didn't know that.
Very good. I actually went on the one in
And
Belfast.
actually, let me tell you something else.
Yeah.
The director of that film, Mr. James Cameron,
Yes.
do you remember the pictures that Jack was drawing in the film?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that it was actually James Cameron who drew them?
I did not. I may have heard that somewhere. But
Oh, yeah.
It was James Cameron who actually drew them.
Wow.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, he admitted one time that
No,
he-
but they made it look like he was.
yeah, that he was doing it, but he.
But it was actually James Cameron that was drawing them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because he admitted one time he couldn't do it. He couldn't draw it to save his life.
But they kind of had to make it look like
Of course.
he was doing it, you know.
Yeah.
It's great way to do
So
the
basically,
John.
yeah, I actually didn't know that the entire ship of the film was made up using black and white photos taken of the museum.
That's a remarkable piece.
Cool. The one I went on, I think. They give you an option to go in and join.
Now, I will tell you, sorry to cut across you again, I will tell you that at the museum, say if you were given, say, Thomas Andrews, now we know he died, but you find out at the end whether your character lived or died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, my character, her name was Bertha Mulvahan. Now that some of these people, as Mum said, you don't always get the whole death list.
Sure.
So like, her name was Bertha Mulvahan, that I had, and she actually survived Titanic, but she died in 1959.
Okay, so she's...
Now Josephine, on the other hand, I feel sorry for the poor crater because she was Elizabeth Doyle. And not only did she die, but her body was never recovered.
Oh my God. Whoa. That's a cliffhanger.
So I feel so sorry for her.
And the person I got when I went in to do that machine, do you know the guy that took a child to get off a boat?
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah, I got him.
I didn't know he was a real guy. He was,
Yeah.
he was a real
Cad.
Okay, well, that's fascinating. So that's huge inspiration for your...
Absolutely, yeah.
I think, Joanne, you should totally write something like that, because it's brilliant the way you describe
Thanks.
it.
I
Really
will
nice.
certainly give it a go.
Yes,
Excellent.
well, it'll be a great goal you
Well,
give it.
If you ever feel like reading some of it on air,
I would love to.
we'd love to hear it.
If you give me a couple of weeks to get some stuff sorted.
Oh, it's entirely whenever you feel you're
No. But I'm only giving a rough guideline as to if you give me a few weeks to get a few things done up, I'd be more than happy to read them on air for you.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Thanks, Joanne.
Thank you very
That'd
much.
be lovely. Thanks for coming in again, dropping into the studio.
Pleasure.
I think it's time to wrap up today, folks. Thanks for people that joined in on YouTube and everything. So I'll see you all again next Tuesday, I hope. Bye bye for now.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.